How we doing, guys? This is Kent, KandM Outdoors. Um, Man, 2022, we had a pretty good year as far as filming goes. We had a lot of catfishing videos. We done some hunting videos. We had our first cabin video. We've had just a good year. We're hoping that 2023 will be just as good, maybe even better. KandM Outdoor shirt. Guys, we do have a website now that you can get on. Get your own merchandise. Get on there and check it out. We appreciate it. If you haven't liked, subscribe. Yep. Hit those bells, baby. Hit the button. I mean, we do appreciate all the following, the subscriptions. We appreciate everything. But on this video, I was going to get on and just talk about these deer behind me. Now, I'm no Mikey Waddell or nothing like that. I don't have no 180-inch booners on the wall or nothing like that. But, I mean, to me, here, hunting the hills of eastern Kentucky, pretty decent deer in my book. This deer here directly behind me, the one pointing straight at you, I killed that boy in 2004 in Morgan County. It was the December muzzleloader hunt. It was about Saturday evening. My cousin called and he said, "Hey," he said, let's go down to Morgan County and hunt tomorrow. It's the last day." I said, "I have to work." He said, "I'll call in." So I did. I called in. It was pouring snow that morning. We drove down. Went up the hill, place I'd never been into before. Walked up a four-wheeler road. Made it to the top of the hill. And I come up over the hill down the other side. And I heard something. And I turned and looked. And that deer was coming at me. Head to the ground. I guess it was after a doe. Head to the ground, running right at me. Like I said, I had a muzzleloader. To be exact, I had one of the night inline muzzleloaders, not it used the cap, the old school. But I threw up and I just seen brown in my scope and I shot. That deer headed over within feet of me, laying there kicking me, trying to reload that muzzleloader. And about the time I got that muzzleloader reloaded, it died. But sorry about that, guys. The wind's blowing hard. I thought somebody was beating on the porch. But that was my first pretty good buck that I'd ever killed. I'd killed a deer or two before that, but nothing, of that size. Like I said, I've got more deer skull mounted. This deer over to the left over here, that's right turned, pointed down. My wife friends, I guess, were teaching colleagues, and she had a farm in Boyd County that she wanted some deer killed off of. They were a nuisance animal to her. So me and my wife started hunting down there. Boy, it was overrun with deer. I mean, there were deer everywhere. There was nothing to go kill a couple, three at a time if you wanted to. I think that year, that was 2019 there, me and my wife went on first or second day of rifle season, and there was 3 or 4 deer come around the hill. Maybe 5 deer come around the hill. And I ended up killing 3 of those. A couple days later, me and my brother-in-law went back, and I told my brother-in-law, I said, if there's a doe come around the hill or a small buck, I said, you can kill it, because I had crab claw on camera. That's the deer I was after, which is this 7-point. It's actually a 9-point. It's got 2 kickers on it, but I mean, it's 7. I said, you can kill them all but crabs. I said, if he comes around the hill, and I said, you pop him. I said, you walk back to the house. And we're 2.5 hours from Ashland. But we're sitting on, again, snow, peppering, cold. We're sitting there, and I mean, I looked to my right, and there was something caught my eye. So I throw my gun up. Me and my brother-in-law's in the blind. I throw my gun up, and it's coyote. And something told me not to shoot. I was like, we'll just let it go. And it took off. And just a few minutes later, I was fooling around with the blind. I guess where it snowed so much, the top was starting to kind of pop and come down. So I was taking my hand and pushing the top back up. And my brother-in-law said, there's a deer. And I looked up. I said, go ahead and shoot it. It's a doe. Its head was behind a tree, you know. And he's like, no, I don't. He said, that's a buck. So I threw my gun up on it this time and looked, and sure enough, it was crabs. He had came out pretty well where we expected him to come out, you know. 7.42, 30-06. Give him a dirt nap, son. I mean, crack of a gun, he bellied up, you know. But now, I have to say that crab is probably the first deer that I ever actually hunted for, quote unquote. You know, up until then it was just run and gun, really, you know. Go to a place, said, I mean, I know there were deer there, but I never really run cameras or anything, you know. I never took inventory of deer. I didn't know anything about it. But he was actually the first deer that I ever, what you say, hunted. And man, was it rewarding to kill him, you know. I mean, it was very, very rewarding, you know, to finally put my hands on a deer that I'd actually looked for, you know, the entire season. And we hunted hard that year. We bow hunted, which, you know, I never saw no deer bow season. But the fish on the wall, we got it in 2019 at Grayson Lake, a striper bass. And, you know, like I said before, guys, I'm no professional hunter, fisherman, or anything like that. I mean, to me, that's a good fish. I know people out there that's caught fish that would eat that fish, you know. But to me, 2019 was a big year for me because I was a real bad alcoholic for a lot of my life. And July 4th, 2019, I actually kicked the habit. Help from the big man upstairs, thank you Jesus, you know, wasn't me at all. But I've been clean and sober since July 4th, 2019, and 2019 was, you know, a good productive year for me. I mean, it just goes to show you guys that, you know, you put your faith in God and great things is going to happen, you know. I mean, it's just, that's the way I believe, and I'm not trying to push my religion on anybody, but that's just, that's my personal belief on it. But I guess 2019 was the year that I'm not going to say that I'm a bone collector now or I'm a horn hunter or nothing like that, but prior to that year, like I said, This big 8 was the biggest deer that I'd ever killed, for the main reason as I was one of those hunters. If it was brown, it's down. It come around the hill, and it was legal. I had tags for it. It was getting shot. You know. But with crabs, it was, I hunted for him and I waited for him, and yeah, I killed some does. I did. I killed 3 does before that, but I waited for him. So that kind of sparked me up to trying to wait on a little bigger deer, better quality deer, I should say, not because a lot of the deers I've killed spikes 3 points, 5 points, such as that. 2020 kind of happened pretty fast with deer hunting. I actually have them at my other house, the horns. I just plaque mounted them. Me and Marissa heading up the hill. It was the first day of season, maybe the second day, I don't know. Walked up the hill right at the edge of daylight, and I looked up and I seen a deer stand up right above me. I was right at my blind, getting ready to unzip my blind to go in it. And I looked up the hill and I seen a deer standing there. So I throw the gun up on it, and like I said, Marissa's 20 yards behind me. Throw the gun up on it, look, see a decent rack. Dirt napped him, 30-06, about 100 yard, pow, hit the dirt. But like I said, I have the horns over there for it. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it in here. If not, he was not a big deer, but he was an 8 point, whatever. Skip up 2021 season. Trail cameras out, running them hard. Big deer in Boyd County. Had some dandies. Couldn't wait to get there to hunt. Marissa's pregnant, so I'm figuring she's not going to get to hunt any this year. So, a couple days before season comes in, we go to have a 4D ultrasound for Jackson, and we find out that Marissa has pretty bad preeclampsia, so they admit her to the hospital, and we're looking to have Bud, a month early, just any day. They're giving her steroid shots and stuff to try to help with, if we have to do emergency C-section on him or whatever. So she kind of stables out a little bit there, first day of season. So I decided, me and my brother-in-law Gabe, we're going to head down to Boyd County, see if we can't, put the hammer on one of those deer. We get there cold morning. And we're sitting there, and I tell Gabe, I was like, there's some good bucks in here. We're going to wait on a pretty good buck. So we're sitting there. An hour goes by, and I hear a twig or a stick break behind me. And I turn and look over my shoulder, and there's 3 does standing there. And they come within 15, 20 yards of the blind. Never see nothing the rest of the day, so we head on back. We plan on coming back the next day. Everything kind of takes a turn. I'm not going to say for the worst, but I didn't get a chance to hunt anymore. We had to have C-section for Mr. Morgan. He was 2 pounds 4 ounces, just a little bitty thing. He was just born a month premature. But like I said, the good Lord was right there with us, and everything was fine with him. He's growing like a weed now. But nevertheless, missed the whole first week of rifle season, except for the first day. I messaged my aunt and talked to her. They got a farm in Lawrence County. I was like, y'all care if I come down and hunt? It's at least there, I got service, got internet. I can Talk to Marissa, see what's going on, whatnot. So I go down there and we start hunting, and hunted 2 or 3 days. There we're pushing close to the end of the season. I mean, it's getting close to the end of the season. I'm just not seeing any deer. And I'm thinking to myself, it's gonna be the first year in a long time that I've goose eggs. I'm gonna eat tag soup because just not seeing it, and I mean, don't have much time left to hunt. So we head to a blind, we're sitting there, and about 12 o'clock in the day, midday, sun's beaming down, watching a big grass field. Well, it's more like, it's used to be a cow pasture, but there's no cows in there, so it's growed up, it's thick, it's where them deers is going to hide out when they get scared from traffic or hunting pressure or whatever. They're going to go to those thickets. But we head up there, it's just me. Like I said, Marissa's back home. We go in, we hit this blind around 12 o'clock or something, get settled in, I get my bag out, or, get my calls out, get everything situated, set back. My phone goes off. It's Marissa. Hey, I'm going to, I got a doctor's appointment. I got to go check my blood pressure, whatever. Yada, 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 we talked for a few minutes, and I set the phone down, and I look up, scan everything, don't see nothing. I said, I'm going to hit the can call. I got one of the bone collectors, bone box, they call it. I hit that bone box, set it down, put it back in my bag, and look up, and I see this joker coming up around the hill. Come up through that grass, head down. I throw the gun up on him. He's probably 70 yards. He's trotting pretty good. I mean, he ain't running, but he's moving. He comes up, he turns and gives me a pretty good quartering away shot. I pull the trigger on the 742, of course. Bam! He does a big mule kick, takes off, goes down the hill, and I can watch him going down the hill. I don't put a follow-up shot on him because in my heart, I felt that I made a good shot on this deer, Mule kick, broad, quartering away, kind of broadsided, whatever, And he disappears. So I messaged Marissa, hey, I just shot a pretty good deer, I go down, start looking where I shot him at, and I can't find nothing. I can't find a drop of blood. I can't find hair. I can't find nothing. And anybody that hunts knows that sick feeling that you get in your stomach. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, how do you miss this deer? And I mean, the mount don't do that deer justice, like on how big that body was. He was big as a horse. And with that gun, it's usually, money. So I messaged her. I'm like, I ain't finding nothing. And I'd recently bought a Savage 350 Legend. She said, what gun are you hunting with today? I said, I took the 30-06. She said, you got him. She's like, you got him. Fat gun. And I was just about ready to give up. I'd looked and looked and looked. Couldn't find nothing. Just about to give up. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just look over the hill just a little bit here. And I think that sorry about that. I think he ducked down and went down the hill this way. And I looked and there's blood everywhere. Go down, track that blood, and there he lays. Biggest buck to date. That one. He's a 12 point. He's a mainframe 10. And on the back of his antlers, he's got 2 kickers, comes out about an inch. A lot of people call him a 10, but he's mine. I call him what I want. He's 12. Kill him the day before Thanksgiving. Uh, and I probably had another day or two I could have hunted, but I'm telling you, it was looking grim, you know. But he came out, thank God. Now, this year, I had 2 weeks rifle season to hunt, and I hunted hard. I mean, I hunted hard. Just about every day that I possibly could be in the hills, I was in the hills hunting. I gave it a 100% effort. Had some good deer on camera. First morning of the season, now I'm just saying rifle season, I hunted muzzleloader too. I didn't get to bow hunt any this year. Muzzleloader didn't see no deer or anything. First day of rifle season, sitting in the blind that I hunt, and saw probably a 3 or 4 point. I couldn't really tell, but I mean I could tell it was bigger than a spike. Scoped him and stuff, and I was like, you know, I was after a bigger deer. I mean, to be honest with you. Hunted the rest of the week up till Wednesday. Never saw a deer. Wednesday, I saw a little doe at the food plot there. Hunted all that week, nothing. Had to slip a couple of times from him. Had a big 7 point on camera. You know, I hunted my blind 80% of the time, and wouldn't you know, the 20% of the time that I wasn't there, he was. That's the way it goes. It's just life, you know. Hunted every day, got up to the day before Thanksgiving, nothing. I made the call that night. I said, well, I'm going to wait and I'm going to hunt it out Thanksgiving morning, and we'll go back to the families and eat. Thanksgiving morning, get up, go on the hills before daylight, sitting there, looking around on my phone, you know, 'cause like I said, I'm in the blind. I'm looking around on my phone, answering comments and stuff from KandM Outdoor page. I hear something jump the fence. There's a fence over from where I hunt at. Hear something jump the fence, and look up, and this deer, the one with just the antlers here, he's a nice boy. Up over the fence, come around, and make a shot on him again, 742. He kicks, takes off. Get down, track him, he's laying there, you know. Took him a little dirt nap. Get him home, process him up, you know. And I've been doing these kind of horn mounts on them for years. And I figured, you know, I'd do a video on it. But if you want to check out some of the, I think it was the last video done actually. Might have been the one before that, I don't know. But I have a video of me mounting that, shows you how to and stuff on it. But that just goes to show you guys, I mean, persistence pays off. You know, if you go and you're not seeing deer, just, you know, and by all means, don't let anybody shame you into horn hunting. Kill what you want to kill. If it's legal, shoot it. If it makes you happy, shoot it. Don't let these Facebook warriors, these YouTube warriors do their, you know, their comment fighting on you, shaming you on deer. You know, these deer here, I mean, if you look at Drury Outdoors, if you look at Bone Collector, if you look at, you know, Jim Shockey or anybody, these deer to them are management deer or cull deer to them. You know what I mean? These are by no means what you say trophy deer to some people. To me, they are. You know? And that's all matters. I don't care what people think about what I kill. I work, I buy my tags, I buy my license, I buy the gas to go hunt, I buy the guns, I buy the ammo. I eat deer meat. I'm a deer hunter. Don't let people shame you into not shooting deer. If you want it and it's legal, pop it. Because I promise you, people can say what they want to. Deer meat is deer meat. It's all good. A fawn is good. A 20 pointer is good. It's all good. You know, we don't have the luxury of getting to hunt 200 days a year. You know, that ain't our job. We don't, you know. I mean, and if that is your job and you want to wait for a 150-inch deer to come through, by all means do it. Post your pictures and be proud of it. I mean, it is what it is. You know, but just don't let people shame you into not shooting what you want to shoot. Um, if the video's kind of odd, you know, like my talk and stuff, I have COVID right now, guys, and I'm in quarantine, so, you know, I figured I had a little bit of time to shoot a video or two and, you know, kind of get back on making some videos. I just haven't had time, but I just wanted to get on and shoot this and kind of go over, you know, what I've got on the wall, kind of give you the backstory of them, and, you know, maybe get to know me a little bit better, I guess. But this year we're going to try to bow hunt a little more, do a little more content, maybe a little more how-to videos. Marissa seems to think the how-to videos is maybe the direction we should be trying to go into more in the future. You know, we're still going to do our hunting, we're still going to do our fishing videos and whatnot. But, get up. Give you a little better look-see at them. But you know, we got KandM Outdoors on the YouTube. But that's the video I got for you today, guys. I hope y'all enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and God bless.